Okay, now to the highlights of the early game. The Knicks trying to go 2-up on the Cleveland Cavaliers. After Game 1, Mike Fratello had criticized the intensity of his team. Let's see how it goes for him in Game 2. First quarter, John starts off the steal. He finds Derek Harper, who then will drop it off to Patrick Ewing, trailing the play. Ewing's only 2 points in the first half. Still, the Knicks led by 3 at the break. On to the fourth quarter. On a break of their own, Terrell Brandon and Bobby Phills, one of 12 assists for Brandon, who also had a team-high 21 points. But in the end, the Knicks prevail. Here it is down the stretch. Ewing going inside to Anthony Mason for 2 plus the foul. Mason led all scorers with 23 points. He shot 10 of 15 from the field. Also had 12 rebounds. Starts with 16 points and 7 assists. Ewing comes on in the second half, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks. And the Knicks win it 84-80. They go for the sweep Wednesday night in New York at the Garden. The top team in the Western Conference, the Supersonics, began their playoff run last night with a 12-point win over Sacramento. Gary Payton with a career playoff high of 29 for Seattle, which played without All-Star Sean Kemp, serving a 1-game suspension. Paul Sunderland has a report from Seattle.
All right, thanks, Bob. You know, despite the Seattle Supersonics winning a franchise record 64 regular season games this past year, their fans were understandably nervous because, well, it was playoff time. Of course, you remember their elimination in the first round back-to-back years by the Nuggets, and then last year by the Los Angeles Lakers. But last night here at Key Arena, playing without Sean Kemp, the Seattle Supersonics took their first step towards chasing away this year's playoff ghost.
I'm very proud of my team defensively. I've not seen my team stay as focused and as intense in a long time, and I think that's a good sign. I think we can improve some other areas. I think Sacramento's a worthy opponent, and I think we're going to know that by watching some film tomorrow. But I'm really proud without Sean how we played and how we played for 48 minutes.
Well, we're confident. You know, we feel good. You know, I think it's a different team than what's been here in the past. So, you know, I think we understand that if we just go out there and play Sonic basketball, we should win.
The Sonics' first-round opponent, the Sacramento Kings, hasn't appeared in the NBA playoffs in a decade, and particularly in the early going, they played like it.
We celebrated when we got in, but right now we're in here to win basketball games. Our guys were very focused all week in practice. And frankly, guys, if we turn the ball over that many times, we're going to get ourselves in trouble.
We have a young basketball team, and you know, a 22-9 lead. You know, we're definitely tight. We hadn't had opportunities to get to the basket, and we were turning the basketball over like watermelon or something. But you know, we settled down. We played better in the second half, but it still came back to haunt us. So we turned the basketball over, and we have to find an answer to that.
Dream Teamer Mitch Richmond is a marked man here in Seattle. It's not lost on the Supersonics players or their fans, of course, that their stars Gary Payton and Sean Kemp were excluded from this summer's Dream Team, making it all the more pleasurable and important in terms of winning and losing to hold down Mitch Richmond. An interesting subplot. Back to you, Bob.
Thanks, Paul. The winner of the Sonics and Kings gets the Rockets-Lakers winner. Right now, Houston leads the series 1-0. L.A. leads Game 2 by 7. Back to the Forum for the second half after these messages from your local station.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential. Live well. Make a plan. Be your own rock. You're watching the NBA on NBC. The 1996 NBA Playoffs.
Back at the Great Western Forum, 49-42, Lakers lead the Houston Rockets at halftime. Let's take a look at the Miller Lite halftime stats. 2 different games, the first quarter and the second. Field goal percentage, Houston up theirs from 16% in the first quarter to finish the first half, shooting 45%. Hakeem Olajuwon leading the way, 7 of 8 from the floor, 16 points on the game. The Lakers have 4 players in double figures and have out-rebounded Houston 27-16. Vlade Divac with 7 of those rebounds. He has 4 points. The Lakers lead it 49-42. Bill Walton, Hannah Storm, and I'll be back with second half action right after this. Back at the Great Western Forum. The Lakers 49, the Houston Rockets 42 leading scorers. Hakeem Olajuwon with 16, Sam Cassell with 15. Robert Horry has 5. He was scoreless the other night in Game 1, and Clyde Drexler is yet to score, still bothered by that ankle. Let's check in with Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Well, Inez is spoke with Clyde at halftime, and he said his ankle is hurting him like crazy, just like it was before the game. But he says, as you see Chucky Brown with a shot there for the Rockets, that this is a playoff and no excuses. He insists that he's going to play his normal minutes in the second half. But I asked Rudy Tomjanovich about it, and he's not sure because everyone knows that Clyde Drexler is not 100% right now. By the way, Robert Horry is seeing fine out of that left eye. Craig?
All right, Anna, thank you.
Greg, Clyde Drexler has scored 8 points since the second quarter ankle injury. Oh, what a strong start for the Houston Rockets. They come down, and Clyde Drexler makes 2 beautiful passes, leading to a basket for Chucky Brown, and now Robert Horry. The Houston Rockets backcourt did not score in the first half. That's unbelievable that they're still in this game when Drexler and Kenny Smith do not get a single point between them. That even brings a chuckle to Rudy Tomjanovich's face.
Horry gets the first one to fall. 49-45. Horry played 37 minutes in game 1, was 0 for 8 from the floor. He has 7 today, and Houston is down 3.
Magic played 11 minutes in the first half. To me, that's unbelievable.
Eddie Jones, top of the key for 3.
Eddie Jones able to get moving away from Drexler. The matchups between these two teams sometimes get caught in transition.
Keane faces up on Divac. Now moves to the baseline. That one doesn't go. Here comes Eddie Jones for Van Exel. Gets it back from Campbell.
Rockets have done a very solid job, Chucky Brown in particular, Horry, of slowing down Eldon Campbell.
And there's a foul from behind as Cedric Ceballos commits the foul. Horry goes sprawling, and Terry Durham almost did.
Eldon Campbell had a career year this year. He was a non-factor in game 1. He's got 4 points right here. Here's a guy who I think has elevated himself into one of the premier forces at that 4 spot in the NBA. He's doing nothing in the most important game of the season.
Drexler's three-pointer off the mark. Ceballos grabs the rebound.
Ceballos, a terrific rebounder for a small forward, particularly on the offensive end.
Ceballos out of the corner. So Lakers 54 and Houston 46.
The Rockets have not defended the guy who passes the ball into the post well. Kenny Smith finally gets a jumper to go down. Only a 2. That's his first to the basket, or first to the game. But the guys who have fed the post, guys who have fed it into Vlade, guys who have fed it into Eldon Campbell, they have been wide open.
Campbell. And has it roll around, and Drexler with the rebound, and back come the Rockets. Smith down low right away to Akeem. Horry, nice look for Chucky Brown. So Robert Horry, his scoring touch hasn't been there, but he's done other things.
That's what Rudy Tomjanovich, Carol Dawson, Bob Weinauer, all the Rockets people keep telling us. It's not just numbers and jump shots for Robert Horry, and that's true. But he's good enough that he can consistently put up double-figure numbers.
Ceballos takes the tumble. Drexler with the steal. Van Exel fouls him at the center court line.
Clyde, who was so spectacular physically for a guy who's 33 years old. Here's a guy, Drexler, whose career might have been over a couple years ago playing for the Blazers when things were going downhill up in Portland. It's a career rebirth for Clyde, reuniting with the team.
We tried to make him a little older than that in our conversation with him yesterday, but really took offense to that.
I've just been watching him play for so long now.
Olajuwon with the turnaround, and Eddie Jones has the rebound.
Jones lost his shoe. They'll give him the flat trick.
Lakers with the ball, the 4-point lead. Van Exel on the way, 2-pointer. Hits Van Exel with 12 points. Remember, in game 1, Van Exel shot a dismal 1 for 11 from the floor in 32 minutes of play. And Rudy Tomjanovich and Hugh Evans exchanging a few words, friendly words on the sideline. It's an illegal defense call.
You rarely see Rudy smiling this much. I mean, this is a critical game. Even though the Rockets got game one, the Lakers are one of the best road teams in the entire NBA. They're fourth best in the league. They won at Orlando this year, breaking Orlando's long, over 2-year run of home victory. So it is entirely within the realm of possibility that the Lakers can go down to Houston and win.
Lakers went 23 and 18 on the road during the regular season. Well, Bill, as I look over at the Lakers bench, do you see a seat there for Del Harris?
There is no seat.
I don't believe there is a seat for Del Harris on the far side.
Well, they might have sold it. Actually, with the great assistant coaches they have there.
Oh, what a move by Clyde Drexler.
But, you know, you've got the great Laker championship tradition, that family spirit that Jerry West instilled here. You got Cooper, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis over there.
Divac with the rebound, hand stripped from behind.
Nobody running with Chucky Brown and Kenny Smith.
Olajuwon now leans and then feeds Horry, and Horry will go to the free throw line. And you can feel the Houston Rockets begin to get into the flow again.
Clyde Drexler, who has not played well offensively. That's his first basket of the game, scooping his way across the lane. Obviously bothered by that ankle, although he came by the booth and told us at halftime he wasn't going to make excuses. He was going to keep playing on it. But he's a different player than he was Thursday night, when he was the best player athletically in this entire game.
Magic Johnson comes on to replace Eldon Campbell, who has drawn his 4th personal foul.
Look at the job Chucky Brown has done in taking Eldon Campbell out of this game, out of this series. Eldon Campbell, one of the most improved players in the NBA, a solid low-post performer, and an absolute non-factor.
Horry gets them both. He has 9.
And Eldon's also a non-factor in rebounds and blocks, something that Chucky Brown should have nothing to do with.
1-point Laker lead. Horry trying for the steal and knocks it out of bounds.
I don't know if Robert Horry wants to mix it up with Michael Cooper. Robert Horry's still young enough to, he probably doesn't even remember who Michael Cooper was, one of the toughest players in the history of NBA basketball.
Dan Exel's long-range shot doesn't go. Here comes Drexler on Magic to the basket, and Drexler takes a tumble at the end of the court, as does Magic.
And Horry's really grimacing here, right in front of us, playing defense in a mismatch here with Eddie Jones.
Magic with Drexler on to the right hook.
Horry's hurt again. This guy's banged up.
Chucky Brown, and foul by Divac. And Horry going to take a walk to the far side as we take time with 6:48 to play in a game that is beginning to pick up a little pace, wouldn't you say?
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Budweiser, official sponsor of the 1996 Olympic Summer Games. This Bud's for you. By Oldsmobile. And by DirecTV. It's personalized TV.
Terrific Rockets defense on Magic Johnson in the post with Clyde Drexler. When Magic goes to swing that hook, Akeem is going to go over and get in the air and pull his arm back at the last moment. To force that miss and then be able to come right back and get the rebound. When you can do that as a center, force the miss and come back and get the rebound, you've done your job.
Chucky Brown to the line. And gets it to fall. The Rockets lead it 58-56.
The Rockets have taken the crowd completely out of the game. Even the people with the balloons behind the basket, they're sitting down and waving them. But in the first quarter, the Rockets missed every layup they had. They scored 11 points in the first quarter. Now, Their offense is in sync, and their free throws are just rolling and dropping in every time.
And you don't need to tell the Lakers how disastrous it would be to lose the first two here at home and then have to go back to Houston. They go back to Houston for Game 3 on Tuesday night.
3 and 4 in Houston, Tuesday and Thursday. Akeem just gets called for his third foul here. The cross screen by Eddie Jones. Akeem did not anticipate it.
Third personal on Akeem.
Why, when you're a defensive player, you keep those arms out wide so you can feel that screen if your teammate doesn't call it out for you. Trying to get that fourth on Akeem, but
Horry comes up with the steal. Drexler on the move for 2. Credit Robert Horry with the steal.
Horry and Drexler have been all up in the passing lanes. In the first half, Pascal brought him back with his beautiful offense and his defense, and now the Lakers look very confused.
Van Exel try to get it down low, and that's batted out of bounds.
You see what the Rockets are doing now as they convert in transition. This has been a flip-flop again from the first quarter. They're just having trouble getting it in.
Nice pass from Van Exel with the follows, and saved by Olajuwon. Kenny Smith out of bounds. Lakers. Chucky Brown says, my fault.
Rockets need more patience, more spacing on that fast break, and they need Robert Horry. You get 4 guys running on the break. You can't expect Akeem to be out there every time, but Horry's got to put his head down and get up and down that court. Injured and tired as he is.
Ceballos drives on Drexler, lost the handle down low, scramble for the ball. Horry, no, Chucky Brown comes up with it. And here come the Rockets. Chucky Brown, cross court. Horry. And he'll go to the line.
The strength in Akeem's hands on the defensive end underneath that board. The way he's able to pull that ball out. You see this Rocket team really surging here. Vlade picked up his third foul of the afternoon. And at the line, Robert Horry, a man so critical to the Rockets' success. This is his 4th year. First year he was a non-factor in the playoffs. Couldn't deal with his tendonitis. They lose to Seattle in overtime in the 7th game.
Anthony Peeler back onto the court for the Lakers, replacing Cedric Ceballos.
Horry realizes now that tendonitis is a part of every NBA player's career. He works his way through it. He fights his way through that pain, and they've been champions ever since.
There's the first missed free throw here in the quarter by the Rockets, who had hit their first 8. The Lakers have yet to go to free throw line here in the third. 5:15 to play in the quarter.
Terrific defensive matchup. Horry on Magic.
Divac. Good move to the baseline by Vlade Divac. 62-58. Houston.
That team is playing very smart and selective defense.
Drexler for 3. Clyde Drexler, who has come alive here in the third quarter despite the foot injury, has 9 points.
And Greg, you can just feel the surge of the Houston Rockets. So much confidence. Magic hammered on his way to the line.
And Horry guilty of the foul. Here's Drexler.
Drexler, who came to Houston to win 1 championship, got a great new contract extension, looking for many more.
The folks on the bench say, yeah, we'll take that. The old Clyde is back. Magic with 11 points now this afternoon. Dale 3 onto the floor. Van Exel takes the seat.
The Magic with just 3 assists. Same number he had in game 1. He's not able to get that total control Magic has. They've been playing him one-on-one with big, tall guys. Might want to try playing Magic in the backcourt.
Magic says he misses those old days when he can just take a game over. Rebound by Magic, who will push it down the lane to the basket. No, too hard. Wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Drexler the other way. And fouled. No, he turned it over.
Great to see this call. That's something when Clyde Drexler is looking at him like, wait a second. We haven't called that since the 60s.
LA with 9 turnovers. That is Houston 6. 5-point Rockets lead. 4:15 to play in the third.
That last drive by Magic, that ball was blocked, Greg, from behind, I believe, by Robert Ory.
Keeler with the fake. Comes up way short. Get by Eddie Jones.
Del Harris on the sideline cannot believe that that ball was not called on Akeem Olajuwon. He wants 4 on Akeem. They did change it. The initial call was on Robert Ory, and then they did change the call on Akeem as instead.
And that is now 4. Let's take a look. That was Akeem with the body.
Absolutely.
And Mark Bryant on to replace Olajuwon.
And finally, the Laker crowd is back into it.
Eddie Jones to make it a 3-point play and a 2-point lead for Houston. 16 for Eddie Jones.
Now somebody for the Rockets has to step forward here and compete mentally against Magic Johnson. Magic's pushing the team. Undoubtedly, he'll play the rest of the game now.
Cassell steps inside the line. Doesn't fall. Catch no good. Picked off by Divac. Eddie Jones wants the ball on the far side, but can't get anyone's attention. Magic inside. Rudy T says, timeout right here. The crowd is back, and the Lakers are back on a 7-0 run. We are tied at 65 with 3:27 to play in the third. We're coming back in a moment. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Once again, Magic Johnson has helped jumpstart the Lakers, very much in contrast to game number 1, where Magic said he was extremely frustrated. This is Magic working his way inside for the basket. He says game 1 was a whole different world for him.
Normally you say, man, I'm going to take this game over. Get out the way. I'm running over everybody. I'm going to the hole, and something's going to happen. And it was really frustrating. And I've never been frustrated in a playoff game, never.
But notice Magic taking advantage when Akeem goes to the bench because of the foul trouble. He was so disappointed and frustrated because Akeem shut down every inside opportunity for Magic in game 1 and in the first half today.
Cassell loses the handle. That's out of bounds to the Lakers.
The Rockets have been here before. The 2-time defending champions. They've won 8 straight road games. Have a chance to set a record today. They will not be rattled by this pressure. Supremely confident team.
Keeler.
But their biggest problem right now is that Akeem Olajuwon is on the bench for significant minutes in the second half. Isolation on Magic.
Drexler lost it. Street has it.
They're not moving. You gotta get moving when Magic is coming at the hoop. Where's James Worthy? Where's Jamal Willis? Rambis and Cooper.
Keeler into the lane. And this time Mark Bryant comes away with the rebound.
Why you would stand and watch is one of the greatest passes in the history of basketball.
Cassell, no. Mark Bryant salvaged it. Clyde Drexler. And Divac has good position. Here comes Magic on the move. Had it batted away from behind, and Cassell recovers. This has turned into a racehorse game coming up on 2:05 to play for the quarter.
The pace is fast, but the points are not. Oh, that's wild.
Ory no good. Loose ball. Cassell.
No reset on the shot clock. No reset. Got it 6.
And Ellie to the basket. Mario Ellie.
Ellie made a huge three-pointer at the end of game 1 Thursday night here at the Forum. The way he did against Phoenix last year in game 7. Huge clutch play by Mario Ellie.
Lakers by 1. A minute and a half to play in the third. Jones to the baseline. Tried to come back the other way. It wouldn't go, and he tracked it down.
You got to pass that ball. When you're double clutched in the air already.
Dale Freed open for a three. Jones almost got the tip. It's out of bounds for the Lakers. Eddie Jones can elevate.
A very special player out of Temple University. Terrific coaching at the collegiate level by John Chaney. Now, get moving if you're the Lakers. They're all just standing there watching Magic.
Magic follows his own shot. Ori hit the deck. Magic hit the basket. 15 for Magic. Last 50 seconds of the quarter.
Shuffle his feet. What is he doing? It's like a dance step. Magic knocks it in the post against Ori. Just using his way to both. And power his way right through Ori. Stays with it. Gets the stick back.
Lakers by 3. 40 seconds to play. Shot clock is at 6. Divac spins and scores.
The game has totally changed as a team. Now the Lakers are dominating the basket area, just drop stepping, backing their way in. None of that happens with Akeem Olajuwon in the game.
From Drexler to Mark Bryant for the basket and the foul. Foul is on Vlade Divac. And that's number 4 on Vlade.
That call could have gone against the first guy that lunged through that ball. Magic was arguing for the clear out with the left arm, and that left arm was definitely out there.
What a sweet pass by Clyde Drexler.
Talking the first half about Magic versus Akeem. Magic versus Clyde Drexler. That's as sweet as it gets as well.
Bryant missed the free throw. Rebound to the Lakers. Last 10 seconds of the quarter. Everybody clears out for Magic. Comes inside. Scores. Cassell with the runner at the buzzer. With 18 points, a big third quarter to lead the Lakers. LA 74, Houston 69. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Welcome back to the Great Western Forum. Greg Gumbel, Bill Walton, Hannah Storm, as we start the fourth quarter. And you see the fourth quarter has belonged to the Lakers more often than not the last half of this season.
This Laker team, Greg, one of the most superiorly conditioned teams in the entire NBA. They race up and down the court all day long. They got young athletic players in the skilled positions on the perimeter. They got big guys inside. Plus, they've got Magic Johnson. With Houston coming back from all those injuries, the question is going to be how they respond late in these games.
Akeem Olajuwon back on the floor to start the quarter for the Rockets. Keeler for 3. And Ori with the rebound.
Keeler has not even been close today on the ones he's missed. Usually when it does miss for Keeler, he's been a killer in the fourth quarter for the Lakers.
Bryant shot, no good. Rebound, Eldon Campbell. Neither Akeem Olajuwon nor Sam Cassell scored a point in the third quarter. 74-69 Lakers.
Going to work on Akeem. Try to get fouled, but that's often a bad strategy. Akeem does not pick up silly, careless fouls.
And the shot clock expires with the ball bouncing away. And Eldon Campbell looking for a foul. No foul called. Laker turnover. They registered twice that many in game 1. Akeem looking for his rhythm. Found that one.
It doesn't take him long or much space to get off that shot.
He has 18 this afternoon.
I would love to see Hakeem in his prime now playing against Jabbar in his prime.
And Tadeo Breed looking for someone to pass to, couldn't find a receiver, and it's out of bounds.
They played it, Jabbar and Hakeem played against each other a lot at the end of Kareem's career. But Kareem had lost, and Hakeem wasn't nearly the player then that he is now. All right, Hakeem, that's 5. The errant pass tipped by pressure on the ball. Rudy Tomjanovich, I think he's got to take him out here. He's only down 3 points.
Sam Mack.
It's not like they're in a desperation situation.
He's going to come off the bench. Keeler down the lane. And who is that on? That's number 6 on Olajuwon. He's gone, and we have 10:05 to play for the game. Bill, that's just a situation where Rudy Tomjanovich couldn't get him out of the game before that play occurred.
That's also Hakeem Olajuwon's responsibility. First of all, I don't really see the foul there. He's standing there. You're talking about a former defensive player of the year. Right on the arm, excuse me. He did hack him. Hugh Evans right in with the call. The team done for the game. Now we have to see if his teammates can carry him the way he has carried them.
18.7 rebounds on the afternoon for a team. Now 76-71 Lakers. A team did not foul out at all during a regular season game.
There's ice all over the floor here. Someone threw something totally out of place in basketball or any other sporting event.
This tends to go better in hockey. 76-71 as the Lakers try to pull even in this best-of-5 series.
There's still a lot of ice on the court out there. So dangerous. A player's career could be ended in one slip because of a careless fan throwing something on the court.
So with that cleaning up on the far side now, Mario Elie will inbound on the near side. While we have a moment. Now we'll start playing.
Right now it's Sam Cassell and Clyde Drexler and Robbie Ory. Drexler on the bench.
Cassell for 3. And Cassell with a few words for the Laker bench. 2-point game. Swing the ball, trying to find the open man. They get an illegal defense call. And that'll be a technical foul call when we come back. Timeout on the floor with 9:29 to be played here in regulation. And before we go, we're going to take that technical. But there are Laker girls all over the court. How are we going to do this, Bill?
Well, Rudy Tomjanovich is all out on the court, too, arguing with the officials.
Terry Durham says to the Laker girls, hold on 1 second while Magic takes the free throw.
You can't tell the Laker girls to hold on. I'm sorry.
Magic hits the shot. The girls are waved back on the court, and we'll take time out and come back to the Great Western Forum. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Miller, where great taste runs in the family, brings you Miller Moments.
And today's Miller Moment will feature the Forum finish the Rockets and Lakers will never forget. Game 5, the 86 Western Conference Finals. Ralph Sampson hits this shot at the buzzer to give the Rockets the win and the series. And in recognition of that moment, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund.
Sampson and the Lakers, what a terrific finish there. What looked like Karsh Karai, though, with the beach volleyball back set. It actually went in the hoop there. There was Michael Cooper, now an assistant coach for the Lakers. What a terrific competitor he has been. And a terrific leader for this franchise for so many years. The only franchise he's ever worked for, like Rudy T with the Houston Rockets.
Eldon Campbell's cross-court pass picked off by the Rockets. Cassell comes back. And it's Mario Elie down low for two. The Rockets have Elie, Mark Bryant, Robert Horry, Sam Cassell, and Sam Mack on the floor. And they are within one at 77-76.
Good call there by Bernie Friday.
And Keeler fouled by Sam Cassell. We can't believe it.
Well, it was an obvious hack here. The Lakers are just playing so relaxed, as if the game is over with Akeem on the bench. Whereas the Houston Rockets, they're coming out there, hey, we're going to have some fun here. We got a chance to be big stars ourselves. This is where that championship experience comes together. But they're playing with two guys right now who don't have that experience. With Mark Bryant and Sam Mack, two guys who recently joined the team just this year.
You mentioned that Hakeem Olajuwon had not fouled out of a game all season long. He has not fouled out of a postseason game in the last 7 years.
All the great ones, they foul out a couple times early in their career, and then they just learn how to stay in that game.
And Cassell to the basket.
Moses had an unbelievable streak like that as well. But nobody had the streak like Will Chamberlain, who never fouled out of an entire game.
Cassell has 20. 79-78. Magic. Shot clock at 5. Eldon Campbell got the bucket and the foul.
The Rockets are doing themselves a disservice here, Greg. They're arguing on obvious calls by the ref when they're in the wrong. This is another foul here on the penetration in the dish, and finally Eldon Campbell makes the shot. He gets pushed and hammered.
And Rudy Tomjanovich has just drawn a technical foul. So Magic will shoot that one.
I think that's a calculated play by Rudy. He's got Drexler and Akeem on the bench right now. He's got to fight for his guys. Make them believe. Try to keep the game as ragged as he possibly can. Because if the game gets to be a Magic Johnson and Anthony Peeler and Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones show the rest of the way, hey, the Lakers are going to have an easy victory. But if they can keep it ugly, get Sam Cassell to keep playing, get Robert Horry to finally make some jumpers, they've got a chance at the very end.
Horry trying to sneak the pass through. Elie recovers. Shot clock is down to 6. And Horry, top of the key, over Eldon Campbell. No. Magic's going to push it. And then hold off for Sadeo 3.
You really have to win now. Now Rudy T's trying with Clyde right now.
Magic to the baseline. Nice defense by Robert Horry, but he threw the ball away. Keeler. Tapped in by Campbell. We'll see who gets credit for the basket. Eldon Campbell. 84-78.
Obviously a completely different game with Akeem Olajuwon out of there. Every play at the basket has been dominated by the Lakers. Magic posting up, Eldon Campbell throwing in little short tips there.
Clyde Drexler back onto the floor.
And the Lakers penetrating at will.
Eddie Jones drew his third personal on that last play, and Cassell just kind of gave Eddie Jones a little bit of a shove.
Well, speaking of getting personal, it's time for Sam Cassell to do that right now. Just take this as a challenge for himself, by himself, to come out and say, hey, I know Akeem is the best, and he's the reason we got those 2 rings, but I'm a pretty good player myself. I'm going to show everybody right now that I can win this game head-to-head against Magic down the stretch.
Cassell had 5 points in game 1. He's got 22 this afternoon. Eddie Jones. 18 for Eddie Jones. The Lakers lead 86-80.
Well, with 3-point shooters like Eddie Jones and with Peeler, the best 3-point shooting team in Laker history, Clyde Drexler will be heard from down the stretch. But Clyde played, he's not doing a good job trying on guarding Eddie Jones. Jones is coming off a kick, and Clyde is taking the shortcut. Maybe he's favoring that angle.
Peeler lost it down the lane, and it is Houston basketball. Houston ball when we come back. 6:14 to play in regulation, and it's the Lakers by 4. Don't go away.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Stay cool. By Acura, who invites you to test drive the new CL Luxury Sports Coupe. And by Pennzoil, the motor oil that works like liquid ball bearings.
Welcome back to the Forum. The Great Western Forum, 86-82. Lakers by 4. 6:14 to play. The rebounding story has been something to behold, especially for the Laker fans, Bill.
Houston, not a great rebounding team by the numbers, but with Akeem Olajuwon, the 6th best rebounder in the league, out with 5 fouls, this number becomes ever so important. Just 3 offensive rebounds, getting hammered in total rebounds. Vlade and Eddie Jones have 11 rebounds apiece. And Houston is just down by 4 points.
Drexler, one-on-one with Eddie Jones, and it's rejected. And Van Exel has the ball.
When you take that long to deliver your shot, a good shot blocker like Eldon Campbell will get there every time.
Peeler. Second 3 of the day for Anthony Peeler. He has 10.
Well, now you see the rhythm of Peeler coming back with the extended minutes at Cab. Obviously not much of a factor. No lift at all.
Drexler back outside to Ori for 3. Around and out, and Van Exel with the rebound. Just like to confirm, Olajuwon is out of this game with 6 personal fouls. As we come up on 5 minutes to play. Magic. The foul is on Cassell. Second on Cassell. That man right there, Magic Johnson. Boy, he talked yesterday over and over at about how frustrated he was with that game 1, and you could just see it in his face. He was determined to come out and have it be different this afternoon.
And how important it is for him to come out and have a great playoff this year. It's so disappointing and embarrassing for him when he shoved the referee the other day, 8 for 8 Magic from the line, 21 points on the afternoon. Got up on the team playing, Magic did, after his suspension, and literally broke down. And Del Harris said it was the downest he's ever seen Magic Johnson through what has been an up and down of his life.
Rudy Tomjanovich wants to take time with 5:01 to play here in regulation as the Lakers look to pull even at 1 game apiece. They lead at 91-82. Don't think that man has made a difference. He returned to the Lakers January the 29th, and since that time they've gone 29-11. He is 6 of 10 from the floor, 9 of 9 from the free throw line, and Magic Johnson 22 points off the Laker bench. The excitement and drama of the playoffs continues tomorrow. A blockbuster tripleheader beginning at noon Eastern Time with NBA Showtime, and then Shaquille O'Neal and the Magic play host to Grant Hill and the Detroit Pistons in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference Series. Then the showdown between Sir Charles and the Admiral. Barkley's Suns go to the Alamo Dome to face Robinson Spurs. And in prime time, Michael and the Bulls square off with Pat Riley, Alonzo Mourning, and the Miami Heat. Triple dip of NBA playoff action tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern here on NBC. Bill Walton, Hannah Storm, and I will be in San Antonio for the Suns and the Spurs.
And you know that Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson will not take lightly the drubbing that they took yesterday at the hands of the Spurs.
Magic with another rebound. 4:35 to play in regulation.
Talked about Magic at the opening, having to take over this game, and he has certainly done that.
24 for Magic Johnson. Horry, and foul by Eldon Campbell. That's 5 on Campbell, but let's go back to Magic.
Magic is rolling, thinking pass the whole time, but once he gets in the air, he knows he has to shoot it. Learned that hook shot from the master, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots it so much differently. And the Rockets have done a good job of making Magic be a scorer and not a passer. You have much greater chance of success against Magic if you're relegated to score. It also helps a lot when Hakeem sits on the bench the entire second half.
Robert Horry with 3 free throws here, fouled beyond the arc in the act of shooting. He has 12 on the day.
If the Rockets are going to come back and win this ball game, it's got to be with some defense here. Magic has been scoring at will. Eddie Jones has been scoring at will. Peeler's got his rhythm. They're forced to double team Eldon Campbell, and their 8th straight playoff road win streak is in jeopardy.
The Rockets have, the Lakers have lost 3 straight playoff games here in the Great Western Forum, and they're trying to snap that streak. Peeler, front rim. Magic with the rebound. And Magic says, take it easy.
It's so much more difficult now. You play in the forward position as Magic. That's the hardest place to dominate the game from. That's what made Bird and Dr. J so special. Is how they're able to do it.
Shot clock at 5. Van Exel forced out of the corner, back rim. And Horry has the rebound. 3.5 to play. 93-84 Lakers. Game 3, Tuesday night in Houston. Mark Bryant inside for 2, 93-86.
Hard to see how that's not an offensive foul. Mark Bryant is bullying his way to the basket, elbows, shoulders, head, everything.
Drexler goes for the steal and gets it. Del Harris screaming on the far side for a foul. 93-88.
Get the ball to Magic early. Let him make the play. The pressure does not bother him.
Jones tried to dish it off, and Van Exel will throw it down. 2:40 to play in regulation. Eddie Jones out of the corner. Oh, what a shot. 20 points for Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones, one of those guys, one of the few guys, Lakers, that can beat you with his own move in the dribble.
And Eldon Campbell, if that's Eldon Campbell, that's his 6th. That is number 6 on Campbell. Let's go back to Eddie Jones, though. With the shot clock running down, where when you need a dagger through the heart, he's one of the guys who can do it for you.
We talked about the Lakers as Eldon Campbell fouls out with not very good numbers for how good he is. But Eddie Jones is one of those guys off the dribble for the Lakers that they don't have a lot of. They used to have the game's absolute best in Jabbar, Magic, Worthy, Norm Nixon, all these guys that could kill you with their own one-on-one moves. Now Eddie Jones and Magic and Van Exel, when he's really on a roll, they're the guys that can do it for the Lakers now.
95-89, Mark Bryant will try to make it a 5-point game. 2:23 to play. 95-90.
In this situation, I'd let Magic just play the point guard in this situation. Let him bring it up. Van Exel is very good without the ball, but it's his decision-making, it's his unique abilities that make the Lakers a championship contender.
He has Robert Horry on him, and he drew numerous fouls from Horry in Game 1 here Thursday night. Divac, shot clock is at 4. Divac looks for the baseline, and tries the fadeaway. And Rudy Tomjanovich wants timeout. Can't get anybody's attention. Down to a minute 45. Mark Bryant inside for 2 more.
Where was this performance from Mark Bryant in the first half? The Rockets only scored 11 points in the first quarter. Bryant coming back as a terrific star. And there's a foul on Drexler. Lakers having trouble just getting the ball over the half-court line. Vlade Divac. I don't know what you call it. Is this the Wilt Chamberlain walk away, fall away bank?
And Del Harris now wants a 20-second timeout. So with a minute 39 to play, Del Harris says, come over here. This is only a 20-second timeout. He gets Vlade Divac in the huddle. By no means a foregone conclusion.
Absolutely. Now, the Lakers are showing good team chemistry. Del Harris really working Vlade over here. I mean, Vlade just made a great shot. But I was in the locker room at halftime of Game 1, Knicks and Cleveland today, in the Laker locker room, when they showed the big piece about the Lakers' breakdown in team chemistry. And what had been a lively and spirited and upbeat locker room all of a sudden got very quiet as everybody sort of gathered around the television set and were listening to Costas and Jim Gray and Bessie and Dr. J. And you can just sort of almost feel the guys coming together and realizing that, hey, this is all so very important, this team chemistry that has been such a focus of everyone who's been following the Lakers of late.
Peter Bessie can do that to a team? Van Exel gets the bounce. That's only his 3rd point here in the second half. 13 overall. And he gets them both. And Houston wants the timeout. So we'll take a full timeout with a minute 39 to play in the game. Game 2 of this best-of-5 series as the Lakers look to pull even. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Bob Costas in New York. Before we close shop for the day, some quick sports headlines. The Knicks beat the Cavs in Cleveland by 4 and thus took a commanding 2-0 lead in their best-of-5. Game 3 is Wednesday at Madison Square Garden. Anthony Mason led New York with 23 points. He also had 12 rebounds. Mike Dunleavy was relieved of his duties as coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. He'll remain the vice president of basketball operations. And Michael Johnson, the great sprinter who will attempt to double in the 200 and 400 this summer in Atlanta, cruised to an easy victory in the 400 meters today at the Drake Relays, a meet record time of 44.41, his 52nd consecutive win at that distance. Let's go back to the forum. Again, Greg, Bill, and Hannah.
All right, Bob, thank you. Minute 39 to play. Lakers by 7 as we resume with Houston owning the basketball.
The Rockets, as a team, watches virtually the entire second half. They cannot just be satisfied that they got the split here. Although they still have a chance to win this game. Remember, they lost big games at home in last year's championship run. In the first round, they lost to Utah after splitting in the first round. They had to go back and win Game 5. They played against San Antonio. They won the first 2 games of San Antonio, and they come back and they lose 2 at home. So it's certainly not a given that they're going to be able to go back home to Houston and wrap this up.
Sam Cassell takes it right at Divac. Can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound outside. Horry for 3. No. And Divac corrals the rebound. And now, Rockets in a position where they've got a foul.
They just play chase right now. Move the ball around.
Van Exel will go to the line.
Speaking with Van Exel before the game and asking about his poor performance and the pressure that he's under coming back from the suspension and the criticism that he's been receiving about his behavior. But he was just too fired up. He was too fired up to go out and make a statement and play great basketball. He was just hoping to get more opportunities, more touches of the ball. Thought he was just too ready to play in Game 1.
71 seconds on the clock. Van Exel gets 1 out of 2. 100 to 92. And the Rockets take a timeout with 1:11 to play. 8 8-point difference. Is there enough time? Find out when we come back. Well, it all continues tomorrow with a blockbuster triple header beginning at 12 noon Eastern Time with NBA Showtime. Then Shaquille O'Neal and the Magic play host to Grant Hill and the Pistons in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference Series. Then a showdown between Sir Charles and the Admiral. Barclays Suns to San Antonio to face Robinson Spurs. And in prime time, Michael and the Bulls square off with Pat Riley, Alonzo Mourning, and the Miami Heat. A triple dip of NBA playoff action tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time here on NBC. 8-point difference, 71 seconds to play, Bill. Time to shoot threes.
Absolutely. You just got to let it throw them up there from long distance, hope something goes in. You got a good chance to get some offensive rebounds. But this has been a Laker game here. Once the team went out, they got the scoring up over 100. Lakers, one of the top scoring teams in basketball.
Sam Mack, as time ticks away, Ori, a long three, but too long.
Desperation really clear. But it's been the Laker balance. They got 6 guys in double figures, led by Magic with 24. Campbell's got 8.
And Houston now 4 out of 19 from three-point range. And finally, Magic gets rid of it. Healer and a block, Sultan by Mario Ellis. Give the Lakers credit. A dismal offensive performance here Thursday night in Game 1. They came out roaring here in Game 2.
But the Rockets had control. They got back, and it looked like it was going to be another grind-out affair all the way down to the final buzzer, where the Rockets are so special. But then Akeem fouled out, and Magic just took over the game. But this series is eventually going to come down to that mental competition, that mental confrontation between Magic and Akeem. I don't care where the game is being played. You're talking about 2 of the greatest players who have ever put on a basketball uniform. It is going to get nothing but better as we move on during the week.
Magic to the free throw line. 25 points. Eddie Jones contributed 20 points and 11 rebounds.
There's no frustration for Magic to take. It was so disappointing in Game 1. Nothing but smiles today.
You'll rest a little easier tonight. Ori on the pass from Cassell. 103-94, and a whistle on the floor stops the clock with 13 and a half to play. That's Ori with the foul. And once again, Magic will go to the free throw line. Although Rudy Tomjanovich, as you said, won't be totally satisfied with this game, he will be satisfied with the trip into L.A. and coming away with one of those games.
Yes, but Rudy is well aware that this Laker team is so dangerous. A team that had a chance to beat San Antonio last year in the Western Conference Finals. They couldn't take care of business, the Lakers, when they came home. Rudy team is going to be talking about nothing but rebounds. The Lakers got hammered on the glass today, 50-33, and when the Rockets lose, Rudy talked about rebounding.
Sam Mack three-pointer, no. Magic has the rebound, and that'll do it. The Lakers pull even. 104-94 to even this series at 1 game apiece as they go back to Houston on Tuesday night. Magic Johnson, what a performance today. He's with Hannah Storm.
Magic, you were so intensely frustrated after Game 1. How gratifying was it to be able to come into this game, have the aggressive effort by your teammates, and be able to take this game over?
Well, that's what we should have did Friday night. I thought we executed in the fourth quarter like we should have in Thursday, and we moved the bodies, moved the ball, and just happy that everybody got involved instead of standing around being confused. We knew what we wanted to do, and we went out and did it.
Does it take anything away from this win that Akeem was on the bench down the stretch, and the way your team played today? What do you think they can accomplish in Houston?
No, because what happened was that's what we wanted. We wanted to go at him. Thursday we went away from him. We were worrying about him so much defensively when they were on defense and we were on offense. that we didn't try to get him in foul trouble. We didn't try to go at him. And the day we went at him, we were driving the ball, and that's what happened. Somebody got to get in foul trouble. But let me thank Bill for giving me a word of encouragement because he was a key for me. Thanks, Bill.
Kudos to Bill Walton. Takes Magic.
All right, Hannah, once again, our final score, the Los Angeles Lakers 104 and Houston 94. Join us tomorrow. The NBA playoffs continue with a triple header beginning at noon Eastern time with NBA Showtime, followed by Orlando against the Detroit Pistons, Phoenix against San Antonio, the Chicago Bulls take on Miami. That's all tomorrow right here on NBC Sports. For Bill Walton and Hannah Storm, I'm Greg Gumbel saying so long from the Great Western Forum. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC.